guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm really excited to have been invited to join the collaboration that the lovely RachandBella Crafts, Rachel over there, has put together with the lovely Angela Kerr. So it is a junk journal collaboration. Now let me just make sure that I get the hashtag right, because I'm pretty useless when it comes to things like this. So it is hashtag junk, sorry, not junk, no, it's hashtag Journal Jigsaw. Okay, so hashtag Journal Jigsaw, and it's a garden story collaboration, and it's using beautiful papers by the lovely Angela Kerr and also Rachel from RachandBella Crafts. So I have downloaded some of their papers, which I've got here. Now I have to be honest, I kind of messed up when I was printing, ended up printing them on the wrong paper, so yeah, that was all a little bit annoying. But what I have got is I've got 3 sheets here which I printed on thinner paper. Oh sorry, 4 sheets which I printed on thinner paper, so that's this 4 here. Now these are huge kits, and all the links I'm hoping will be below. I will try my best to get them all linked below. But if you do the hashtag Journal Jigsaw, all the different collaborators and things will come up, and all the links will be kind of shared amongst us all. So yeah, you'll be able to get to the kits and things there. Obviously, like I say, it's a huge, or they're huge kits. So some are from Angela Kerr, some are from Rachel from RachandBella Crafts. So yeah, it's a kind of mixture, and unfortunately I have now lost track of whose kits are, you know, are which. But they're so pretty, and all the papers were gorgeous. I really struggled to kind of decide on the papers that I wanted to use, but I've printed these on the thinner paper. So this is 120 GSM, and then I've printed the ones with the bigger images that I'm going to use as my focal points. This is on photo quality paper. Again, my printer's still not printing borderless, but this is 230, so you can probably hear pretty thick paper. Okay, I printed it double-sided again by accident, so please ignore the fact that it's double-sided. But I mean, look at these beautiful papers, absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? So very pretty. Right, so what are we going to make? So I struggled to decide what to make, but I was inspired obviously by the name of the hashtag the hashtag, which is of course Journal Jigsaw. So I'd seen some brilliant video, giant jigsaw pieces. Now, I wanted to use thick card. The only reason why I'm not doing that now is because I'm going to be using my circle punch. This is my 1.5-inch circle punch to punch out these shapes. And unfortunately, it wouldn't go through the card. So that's the only reason why I'm now, you know, having to use thinner sort of cardstock. But I'm going to take this. Now this is craft colored card, as you can probably see. This is 230 GSM. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to double it over like this. I'm so sorry if you can hear loads of noise. It's Bo. So my son's just given her a bath, because I'm filming this on the Saturday, ready to go up for you guys on the Sunday. And we've just done one of those lovely sausage dog walks. So she's all messy and sandy. So, yeah, she's just had a bath, and she's now out there shaking constantly, you know, shaking herself off like dogs do. So, yeah, I do apologise if you can hear her. Okay, so this is going to be my kind of base for my size of my puzzle pieces, okay? So I'm going to cut this into, can I do it in, no, I don't think I'm going to get 4. I'm going to have to cut it into 3, I think. I'm going to cut it first and then glue it. So we're just going to take it like this and just cut it down 1. Let's do this end 2. So I will have a bit of wastage, but not too bad. So let's just cut it down there. Okay, so that's my foundation pieces for my puzzle pieces. Going to glue these all together. So just using my Anita's tacky glue. So I want to glue them quite a lot. And the reason being is because I'm going to obviously be punching my, you know, these hole type pieces. So I want to make sure I've got loads of glue on there so that they do actually hold together where the you know, where I punch those holes. So I did, would you believe, you know, put my stick pin into my glue before the video because I thought I don't want to have any glue issues. But of course I now do have glue issues. So yeah. Okay. Right. So plenty of glue, as I say, so that we're really kind of like glued down even when I've punched out those holes. So like that. Okie dokie. Then just use my glue spreader, which is, you know, just a sort of reward card. Use that to glue my piece down, obviously spreading all that glue throughout the whole piece like that. Okay. Okie dokie, looking good. Right, let me just mop out my glue a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to do that for all 3 pieces. Okie dokie. Again, very generous with the glue so that when I punch my holes, they're going to be, you know, they're going to be sealed. Okie dokie. Oops. Let's just mop up the glue. Okay, and yep. And then finally, the final piece, like that. Okay. Like that, right. Yeah, I just really fancied making some of these. When I saw, when I saw the lovely video from the lovely Camellia Crafts design, I just really couldn't wait to try these. So okay, right, there we go. So I'm then going to obviously cover my, you know, puzzle pieces, what's going to be my puzzle pieces, with some paper. So that's where I've obviously got these few papers here in the, you know, the neutrally backgrounds. Now my prompt for my what do you call it, my challenge, or my videos, was bright and shabby. So obviously I love doing bright things, so that's no problem to be doing that. Bright and shabby, and also was glimmer. Oh gosh, what was the word? Glimmer. I might have to check this. I'm so sorry having to keep checking things. I'm terrible for not remembering quite the descriptions in the words. Garden Glimmer Accents. That's what it was called. Garden Glimmer Accents. So we're going to hopefully kind of bling these right up and make them very, you know, very blingy and glimmery, is the plan. So yeah, this is just my first, you know, first covering, and then we're going to bling this up and make it glimmery and gorgeous. But we're going to keep it all bright and cheery and, you know, absolutely lovely. So like that. Okay. Aren't they just gorgeous, scrumptious papers? They're so spring-like, and they're just, yeah, putting me in a very spring-like mood. I have to say, it's been quite a nice day today. It's clouded over now, but yeah, on the whole, the day has been pretty nice. So, and it was, yeah, one of the sausage dog walks. So it's been lovely. So now doing this project on a day that really felt quite spring-like is awesome. Okey-doke. Okay, just going to snip that off like that. Now I'll try and do all these different so that we've got different looks. I don't want to be really boring doing them all the same. So that's the first one. And the second one, shall we do in this one? Because this is pretty bright, isn't it? So yeah, just thinking of my prompt being, you know, bright and shabby. So again, plenty of glue. Oh dear. Plenty of glue. Okay, and Yeah. Put that down like that. Okay. Again, just squish this down. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Right. Like that. Okay. Looking good. Right. Okay. Smoosh the glue out, and yep, we'll just trim around this one as well. Okay. Don't normally film on a Saturday, so this is really strange, filming on a Saturday, but okay. That one, and then the other one. Now, do I want to do the other one in this paper? I mean, it is, yeah, it is quite bright, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, let's do it in this at the bottom. So again, just plenty of glue. Now, I've just brought along these jigsaw puzzle pieces, you know, in case you're thinking, oh, what's she doing with those? I've just brought them along really to kind of like use as an aid for, you know, how a jigsaw puzzle piece looks, because it's a bit weird when you come to do things that then you start overthinking it and thinking, oh, actually, you know, where would the holes be? Are they kind of like opposite each other? Are they, you know, what do they look like? So yeah, just thought that I would kind of sort out a couple of jigsaw puzzle pieces that I could then compare how I'm making them. So we'll just squish this down. Right, okay, so that's my pieces like that. Now I'm wondering, do I want to actually put my topper type pieces on first? You know, I can actually cut into them, but then I might just ruin them completely. So yeah, probably I best not, had I? Yeah, probably best hadn't. So let's just think how I'm going to do this. Right, now I haven't done one of these as a prototype, so I may well regret this, but let's give this a go. So I'm going to take this in. Oh no, now my punch isn't even punching through these. Oh no. Oh, you have to be very strong. It's not going through. Ah. Well, this is not a this is not a great video so far, is it? Right, let me just cut around, because I've got the shape now of where that was cut. So yeah, very kind of improvising here. This was not obviously going to plan at all. So not at all how I had planned to do this. Okay. Oh my goodness, look. Tatty or what? Very, very tatty. Okay, right. Okay. So yeah, let's pop that there. Now I'm just going to get a file. If I've got one here, to sand this down a little bit, because obviously I've got pretty rough edges now, so I just want to get rid of those. Right, I'm improvising all over the place here today because yep, I couldn't find my usual file, so I'm now using this one. But anyway, I'm sure it's all fine. So yeah, just file off the, you know, the scrappy edges here. So like that. Okay. And that one. Now, the other thing that we want to do is kind of curve these a little bit so they're less sharp, because the jigsaw puzzle pieces do not have those sharp kind of edges. So like that. Okay, so yeah, I think that looks all right. Okay, I mean, yeah, I probably could do a better job, if I'm truthful, of filing this down, but I don't want you all just sitting there, you know, bored stiff while I'm filing it down. So what I'm going to do, because we're doing the shimmer, you know, the glimmer, garden glimmer, I'm going to use some of this liquid pearls and I'm going to put it around, which will kind of help the, you know, smoothing of this anyway. So I think it's going to be okay. Right, so I'm now thinking, should I take this and do a side here, if that makes sense? So you see, like here, we've got this section. So if this was, say, a corner piece, it would look a little bit like that, wouldn't it? So from that perspective, I'm thinking kind of take this down here and along here. So, right, fingers crossed. I really hope I don't muck this up. I've got this horrible feeling now because this is not really, it's not been very successful so far. Oh gosh. Right, let's just go across here to there. Okay, and then actually I'm going to go in here the other side and just take that down like that. Okay, and then in here. Right. Okay. So again, just round this round. And then we can just take this down. Oh, why do I never do like a prototype before I do anything? Oh my goodness. It really would be so much better, wouldn't it, to actually do some sort of prototype, really. But anyway, right, and we can just, yeah, probably leave it like that. To be fair, I actually don't mind it now. Now I'm just going to cut this down only because it looked disproportionate size. So I'm just taking it down here. Okay. Oh, I'm quite liking how it's looking now. That's really nice. Yeah. So I'm just going to go around here only because, you know, filing it off to keep it a little bit smoother. Okay. Right, like that. Oh, looking good. Yeah, I love it now. Absolutely love it. Okie dokie. Now, do I want to put my topper on next, or do we want to shimmer it next? Let me see what I'm going to use as my topper. So yeah, I've got all these gorgeous images. Definitely want to have this dog on one. Definitely would like this lady on one because they're gorgeous images, aren't they? And then this, I thought we could maybe have this beautiful girl as well, but now I'm thinking, is she going to fit on there? Right, let me take this down first. Yeah, let's just take her down like this. Okay, just to see how she's going to fit on here. Do you know, I'm going to fussy tear her. I couldn't decide, and actually, sorry, I'm not going to fussy tear her. I'm going to fussy cut her. Yeah, I couldn't decide, and now actually just looking at her now, I think she needs to be fussy cut, doesn't she? Okay. Okie dokie. Like that, I think. Right. Okay, looking good. Let's just quickly trim that bit of hair off. Right, just going to use a little bit of ink to just ink her up slightly. Okay. Like that. Now I'm thinking, tear her off around the bottom. Like that. Could always be up that way, I guess, couldn't she? No. Looks better this way. Right, so like that. Okay, oh my goodness, this is nerve-wracking. I don't know why, but yeah, it's causing me like, oh, nerves. Right, so I might just quickly ink around the edge of the puzzle piece first, and then we will obviously be shimmering it up. Okay. Oh my goodness, looks very, very cute and pretty, doesn't it? And then I've also got some of my book plates, my coloured book plates, and I thought we could have one of those on there. Now, again, we're doing shabby and bright, so I have got these in a few different colourways. So I think actually probably quite a bright one. So yeah, should we have... let's have this one. So just cut this down. Okay. I've been using these loads lately. You go through phases, don't you, with what you use and, you know, what's your favourite things to use. So yeah, I've been using these a lot lately. So okey-dokey. Just think that up a bit. So we can have that kind of there. Now, do we think she needs tearing down at all more? Is she like quite giant on there? Well, I think she, yeah, we probably want her quite big, don't we? So do we want to go for this yellow? Now, I think I haven't used these, you know, what do you call these? Liquid pearls. Yeah, I haven't used these for a long time, and I've got to confess, I had bought them in a whole set years and years and years ago, and I've used them all now. So the only one that I now have is this yellow, which, you know, I mean, I don't really use a lot of yellow, which is probably why I've got this left, but I'm hoping this isn't really going to look too yellow on here. I'm hoping it's going to look more either goldy coloured or maybe yeah, goldy coloured, or maybe even just maybe translucent. That's the word, translucent. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm having lots of glue problems today, so I've just stopped the video and unclogged my glue again. So yeah, let's just pop her down. I do sometimes get people say, you know, oh, I don't see anybody who has as many glue problems as you, and I couldn't agree more. The only thing that I can put it down to is I honestly think it's just the, you know, the temperature change in my house. So when the heating's on, you know, to when the heating's off, it does get very, very cold in my house, and that's the only thing that I can really put this down to. So yeah, maybe other people's houses don't get quite as cold as mine does, I'm not sure, but anyway. Right, okay, so she is down there. Now, going to have this on here. Yeah, maybe kind of to the side here. So let's just glue that on. Okay, and just dab that down. And then let's take our pearls and do some shimmer around the edge. So, oh dear, not going very well. Haven't used these for ages, so yeah, I'm worse than ever at using them. Oh dear. Right, let's just take that off. Okay. Okie dokie. Like that. Okie dokie. I'm going around the entire edge, you know, because obviously I want to make it nice and shimmery and glimmery. So yeah, And I think it looks pretty anyway around the entire edge, but some more of that liquid pearls down there. This is going to be a bit tricky getting into this little groove, but there we go. Okay. Okay, looking good now. Right, so yeah, that's that. Now, I've also got this stuff here. Paper Studio. Now, this is adhesive gems. I don't know whether they're in complete strips, is what I was wondering. I received these in a Happy Mail, I think. And I've been obviously hanging on to them. Yeah, I thought they were. So very handily, they are just in a complete, you know, complete strips, if you see what I mean. So here, oh gosh, yeah, I can cut down an entire row. Oops, like that. And then we can put these down somewhere. So maybe down here. My goodness, don't they look gorgeous? Very glimmery and gorgeous, don't they? And then, should we have a butterfly on here, or do we think that's enough, really? Yeah, maybe that's enough. So, right, that's the first one. Now, we're going to do 3 different ones, hopefully, you know, if I've got time. If not, I might just have to actually kind of, you know, do them off camera and then show you the finished results. So, yeah, let's do this one. Yeah, actually, let's take this in. So I'm going to have this awful situation where I've got to try and then, oops, cut around this, which is not brilliant, obviously, but as long as I've got the rough shape here. So, okay, like that. Oh, I have not made a good job of this either. Oh. Like that. Okay, so again, I'm going to have to file this down because it looks pretty rubbish, doesn't it? Pretty rubbish. Okay, and then should we have another one up here? I'm just kind of doing them like this really because actually it's sort of easier to have the, you know, to cut around this rather than try and mess about with the punch, which obviously is not particularly going through the paper. So yeah, very, very annoying. That one. And just take this round. Okay. Like that. Oops. And there. Okay. Okay. Right. So, I mean, to be honest, you probably could cut these little notches freehand because, as you can see, I'm kind of going in really cutting them pretty freehand afterwards anyway. But they're just giving me the first, you know, the first sort of point really at which to start them. So, you know, it probably is helpful. Now, if you're thinking, well, that's weird because that now is not the same size as, you know, this hole in the side. It doesn't matter because actually, if you look at puzzle pieces, they're not the same sizes. They're all random sizes. So, you know, whereas before I thought, oh, you know, they need to be the same. They don't. They really don't. So, yeah, don't get too caught up with thinking, oh, they have to all be the same size. They really don't. So, you know, probably the more varied, the better, actually. Right, let's take this down again. So by hook or by crook, we are going to hopefully get there with these. Okie dokie. I mean, this one, again, I probably have mucked this up completely, and I should have definitely had this lower down. But, you know, it just, yeah, that's just how it went. So we're just going to stick with that now. So again, let's ink this up. Okie dokie. Right, let's see which piece we want to have on here. So maybe this cute dog. Oh, is the dog going to fit on here now? Oh, isn't that dog so cute? I'm not brilliant with knowing what dogs are what, to be honest, but yeah, is that, oh, I don't know. Is this a, I don't know. I don't like to say. Is it a Chihuahua? Is it a Shih Tzu? Is it, I don't know. Let me know if you know what this dog is, let me know. But very, very cute nonetheless. Now, do I want it on like that, or do I want to cut it down now? I mean, I quite like it like that. It's obviously it's going to be cut off on the edge, you know, and that's fine. So we just quickly ink around here, and we'll glue the dog on. So yeah, just slide that across so that then that's all the glue has kind of, oh my goodness, what is going on with me? Oh, it's because I've got some glue on my desk now. Oh, getting messier and messier. Must make a note to self, do not do videos on a Saturday afternoon. It is clearly not the way forward for me, is it? Oh dear. No, definitely not the way forward. Right, I'm going to cut this straight down here. I'm thinking maybe that whole side is a bit big. There we go. Okay. So that one like that. Oh my gosh, how cute does that look? I love it. I mean, yeah, it was a bit of a struggle getting there, but now it is there. I'm thinking it's very, very cute. Very cute and very shabby chic, hopefully. Right, let's see what colour bookplate would we like to have on this. I've also got these darker green and blue. Thinking maybe a darker green one. Okay. Okie dokie. And just quickly ink this up. Maybe here. Now, I'm keeping all of these pieces pretty flat rather than sort of gluing them with my hot glue gun or anything, trying to make them raised, because we're going to go over these at the end to make them look a little bit more, you know, puzzly. So, and hopefully, you know, yeah, hopefully going to get good results with that. Obviously, I haven't tried it yet, but that's what I'm hoping. Now here, I've got these large glitter brads, which again, been in my stash for a long time. I haven't particularly used them. Well, might have used one or two, but I haven't used them recently. So I'm thinking, could we glue these down? Not as brads, but as gems. Just because, you know, I thought, well, again, these are quite glimmery. So I'm going to try and snip off these little legs from the brads. So we go 1. Okay, and then the other side. 2. Okay. Oh, how cute does this look? Now, do we want to mix up the colours? Because these are obviously multicoloured. Or do we think that's a bit random? Let's just try this. Oh, right. Like that. And that one. Oh, come on. Right. Do we like that, or do we think that's looking a little bit like a Christmas tree now? Perhaps we should stick with all the same colour. Just suddenly thought, actually, these are probably quite similar colour to this. That wasn't the same colour I had just cut out, is it? No. I was going to say, well, that's weird. Why did I not notice that before? No. I'm going to stick with these greens, and actually I'm going to do them both in that green. Okay. So just cut this one. Oops. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, so we're going to do those two. Oh, don't they look gorgeous? Right, so let's get rid of those little bits. Let's get rid of this. Just must close this before I, knock it and flick it around the table. Then I'll end up with these little blingy brads everywhere. Right, so we're going to put this down. So I'm just going to hot glue these ones. 1. Okay, and then 2. Oh, come on. Might not have quite enough hot glue in there. Oh dear. Because it's hollow, you obviously need quite a bit of hot glue, to actually be able to touch the top of the brad and the bottom, if you see what I mean. Don't think that one's glued down either. Oh my goodness. Why did I think this would be a good idea for a video? Oh dear, it's not turning out very good so far, is it? Oh, I'm so sorry. Right, pop more glue in. If in doubt, add more glue. Okay, right, looking good. Okie dokie. And then let's just use my stick pin because I don't want now more problems with this not wanting to come out. Okay, right. Okay, just put this down. Okay. So I do love these liquid pearls, I have to be honest. They're very, very lovely, aren't they? And I love the way that, if you smoosh them out, they go quite translucent, don't they? So, that's really nice. Yeah, they give a really nice effect, but without being too solid, which is gorgeous, I think. So this one's looking lovely, I must say. Right, can just smoosh that down the side. And then just across here. Done a bit of a shoddy job here, but well, why is that surprising me, to be honest? It's just part of the course. Part of the course, this video. There we go. So that's that one. Right, let's quickly do the third and final one. So let's see if I can be a little bit quicker with this one. Right, okay, let's go in here on the side. That's probably here. And then just really try and punch that. Oh, so it's really, really get the indentation to be able to cut around it. So, right, okay. Right, very, very tatty there, as you can probably see. Not looking good at all. Okie dokie. Right. That one. Just go around there. Oh my goodness, come on. Right, file this down. Right, there we go. Not looking too bad. And then, I mean, I would have loved to have done one, you know, shaped more like this puzzle piece. But my only reservation with doing that is obviously then my middle bit's going to be so skinny. Where how am I going to stick my image on? Which obviously I'd like to use this really pretty image of this gorgeous lady. I'm going to struggle if I don't have a reasonable base size. So let me just tear her down first and we'll just see what sort of base size that we need in. And I could, I suppose, tear that off a bit. Okay. Yeah, can you see there? So much as I think I would love to do one this size, this shape, you know, with the 2 holes, to get her on, that's not going to work. So I think really I'm looking at, you know, going to have to either do, yeah, probably a top notch, like we've done on the other one. So, oh, and again, I should have done that lower down, shouldn't I? I've not learnt anything, you know. Yeah, not learnt anything at all from doing these. Oh dear. Right, so in here, take that down. Okay, and then here, let's just go. Okay, right, so in there. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is not looking like a good shape notch, is it? Right, okay. I mean, I've had to do this quite small because I sort of suddenly realised that actually this was, you know, way too high again. So yeah, I haven't learnt my lesson. I should have been doing these notches way lower down. But having said that, I then wouldn't really have enough room to put my picture. So yeah, it's, you know, 6 of one, half dozen of the other, really. Right, let's have this gorgeous lady on there. She's very, very pretty, isn't she? So let's ink around the puzzle piece. Okay, she's going to go on there. Might just take this in slightly, like that. Okay. Right, let's ink her up. Like that. Oh, she's too big. What is going on? Oh, yeah, I should have printed these smaller, to be honest, and then I would not be having this issue. So, oh, oh dear, why do we not learn things? Right, I'm going to put her on like that, I think. So yeah, I mean, she's very pretty, isn't she? So let's put her down. Like that. Okay, absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I think might be able to get a butterfly on here. So let's just see. Right, oh gosh, these are going to be now too big, aren't they? These are my light butterflies, which I thought would look great, but actually now I'm thinking this is probably too big. I had printed some the other day in 2 to a page, but now I'm not sure whether I've got them here or not. No, I don't think I have. Oh, never, ever, ever do I have the things I really need. This has got 1 or 2 which are smaller, so perhaps we could use one of these. Yeah, I mean, hopefully these are looking nice and shabby and bright for the Journal Jigsaw challenge. So yeah, because that was my day, was shabby and bright and glimmer. Oh, do you see I've forgotten already? Glimmer. Oh, why can I not retain anything? It's so annoying. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. Right. Honestly, you would think I haven't eaten today, wouldn't you? I feel like I've not eaten. Not because I'm hungry, but because my brain power is just totally zapped. Okay. Just so wishing that I hadn't chosen to do these jigsaw puzzle pieces, especially without trying any out first, because I feel like they are not looking great. Well, I think they are actually. I think they are looking okay now. But yeah, I feel like my methods of getting them looking nice is very shabby. Very not great. So I think they are looking pretty now, but yeah, they're probably not the best, you know, methods that I've been using. Right. Oh, I think that's going to be too big, really. Right, maybe have it like that. Well, perhaps we'll have a book plate. So back to the book plates. Let's have this one. Okay. I was going to do an art journal layout, and then to be honest, I don't know what I didn't really. Maybe I should have done. Maybe that's what I should have done. But yeah, I suddenly then at the last minute thought, no, I'm going to try those puzzle pieces. Now I'm kind of like, oh gosh, why did I switch? Why didn't I just do what I thought I was going to do in the first place? I think I just thought, oh, actually, it's called the Journal Jigsaw Challenge. So I thought, how much more appropriate could you possibly be than to actually do jigsaw pieces? You know, that just felt like that was, you know, perfect. Absolutely perfect to do a jigsaw piece. Now, do I want it that way or that way? Okay. Right. Looking good. Okay. Right. Let's now go in with our liquid pearls again to, you know, get our glimmer on here. Oops. The glimmer really looks gorgeous on the edges of these puzzle pieces, I have to say. It sort of transforms them, really. Maybe if I'd made a better job of doing them, they wouldn't need transforming quite so much. But yeah, that being said, it does look really beautiful. So yeah, loving how it's looking. Okay. Oh gosh, just get a little bit more out. This is not easy. It's not coming out very well. It's misbehaving like my glue does. So I've obviously got whatever happens to my glue has happened to this as well. So I can only think it is the temperature thing that we talked about. Right, there we go. So yeah, that looks pretty now, doesn't it? Right, let's get rid of my liquid pearls off the desk now. Just wondering, do I want to have, you know, those little gemmy things that we used in the strip? I'm thinking, could we have those in the centre of the butterfly? Let's just have a look. Oops. These are lovely, absolutely lovely. I have been hoarding them because I thought they were on this little self-adhesive strip and I just thought they were lovely, but yeah, they are very, very nice. Right, if I take 3 like that and put them on the butterfly like that, okay, and then this I think we could have down here or there. Oh dear. Didn't get that very straight. Right, okay. Okay, so I did say, didn't I, that we were going to then cover them with something to make them more puzzle-like. So obviously, if you have a look on your, your puzzle pieces, they're normally slightly sheeny. So hopefully the camera's picking that up. So I want to just finish them off like that so that they too become, slightly sheeny. So I have got some matte Mod Podge here, and I've also got this crystal clear lacquer. It's an interior and exterior lacquer. I can't even remember what I actually bought this for, but I've had it for some time. So yeah, we're going to try the Mod Podge and we're going to try this. I don't know which is going to be better. So we're just going to, it's just kind of an experiment, but let's give the Mod Podge a try. So should we try the Mod Podge on the, let's try it on this one first. So I'm applying it with a brush. I have to be honest, I often apply Mod Podge just using my fingers, very, very scrappy like that. Yeah, I just, find it goes on quite well with my fingers. And brushes, I often just find that, I'm not great and I just get really big brush marks. So, however you find best to apply your Mod Podge. So like that. I mean, sometimes I use a sponge, just like a washing up sponge will do, like the scourer pads, but the spongy side. You can use that, or you could get those little brushes, which are of course, actual sponges like on a stick. But why do you need to do that unless you like having them on the stick? I think the little scourer type brushes are are fine. So right, there we go, that's that one. So that's the Mod Podged version. Okay, so we're going to just move that to one side for a minute. Right, next we're going to do the lacquer. Now I'm just going to wipe my brush with the wet wipes just to sort of clean that off a little bit. So for the lacquer, let's do the lacquer on this one. And then what I'm going to try and do is dry them with my heat tool. And then whichever one looks best, we will do the final one. So, oh, actually, I'm going to do her because I like that dog one really best, I think. So I'm hoping that my heat tool is going to be okay and not lift everything up, because there's quite a few glued layers on here. This is going on beautifully, I have to say. This feels lovely to paint on. I mean, again, I'm probably, got paintbrush lines everywhere, but I'm really loving how this is to paint on. It feels really, really glidey and really lovely. Okay, right. Let's just move that to one side. Okay, actually. Right, let me clean my desk, because otherwise I'm going to get this lacquer on everything else. Okay. It maybe could do with a second coat of this, actually, because it doesn't really look all that covered. It doesn't look as glossy as I'd expected it to be looking. So, yeah, let's put on some more. I mean, it says it's glossy finish. It's not looking overly glossy to me, but maybe that's just my imagination. Although, to be fair, puzzle pieces aren't really glossy. They have a sheen. They're not glossy. So, to be fair, this is probably just right. Okay, right, let's dry these. Oops. Oh, I have to say, it's looking gorgeous. Yeah, it has gone a really nice finish. Oh, I'm loving that. Yeah, it's looking quite puzzle piecey now. So I don't know whether the camera's really picking that up. I could have used glossy accents for these, but to be honest, puzzle pieces aren't, they're not really glossy. They're not like a glass. They just have a sheen. So I did not really want to use anything, you know, really full-on glossy, like, say, glossy accents. I think something like Mod Podge or like this lacquer is much more lifelike to the finish of the, you know, of a real-life puzzle piece. This one is curling up, which is pretty annoying, although, to be honest, this one might be curling up now as well. Again, it's because I'm applying the heat. So I can't do it yet because, of course, it's, you know, it's still tacky. But when this is 100% dry, I can just get around that by literally just, you know, balancing this down with something heavy on top of it. You know, it's not kind of, it's not going to stay curled up like that. Okay, right. Okay, let's have a quick look and see what we think to those. So this is the Mod Podge one. This is the lacquer. I mean, to be fair, there's not much between them. They're very, very, very similar. The Mod Podge is probably slightly better because it dries slightly faster. This one feels quite tacky. The Mod Podge less so. So yeah, I would probably favour the Mod Podge. The Mod Podge is probably cheaper than this lacquer as well. So yeah, I think probably the Mod Podge is the winner. So let's just quickly Mod Podge this one. Obviously I've got the lacquer on here as well, so now I have a mixture of lacquer and Mod Podge on this one, but I'm sure that's fine. So like that. Okie dokie. Okay. Right. Let's quickly mop that up. Okay. Right. Is that... Just checking that I have actually coated the whole thing. Just go around the edges of these slightly, because obviously they've got a bit of a glut of the Mod Podge there. So there we go. Right. Okay, let's quickly dry that one off as well. Right, so this is the finished pieces. So, yep, we've got 3 large jigsaw pieces as part of our Journal Jigsaw challenge. Not challenge, sorry, collaboration. I don't know why I keep on using the word challenge. So yeah, loved using the kits, and yeah, they're just absolutely gorgeous. So I mean, do look below obviously for the links if you want to use any of the you know, the kits. And yeah, do watch all the other channels, because there are tons and tons of channels collaborating. I know that today, for example, I think it's E from Scrapbooking with Me. She's doing her version, which I think is rustic and shabby or something like that. So yeah, do check out all the people who are actually joining in the collaboration, because it's absolutely wonderful. So I've just pulled in a journal that I'm working on at the moment, just to show you how these would look kind of on a page. So I'm just going to take, for example, this one. Obviously this page is decorated, but if it wasn't, you could have that just as like a little corner tuck spot. So glue it on, you know, 2 sides, and then you tuck things behind it. You could have it on top of, you know, a different piece or something. I mean, it looks gorgeous, doesn't it, on all of these different papers, to be honest. So loads of different things that you could, you know, do with these. You could have them on the cover as part of a topper or something like that. So yeah, all different kind of things that you can experiment with these. But yeah, I really hope that you like my little take on the glimmer, you know, the glimmery aspect. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to the lovely Rachel and Angela Kerr for putting the collaboration together and for inviting me to be part of it. I really, really do appreciate it. And yeah, have fun watching everybody else's videos. There are loads and loads of different people joining in, channels who, you know, oldies and goodies, or oldies but goodies, but also lots of new ones who I hadn't heard of before. And yeah, lots and lots of different talent and different, you know, completely different people with different styles, or completely, yeah, people with all different styles anyway. So yes, I really hope that you enjoy watching all the different videos involved in the collaboration. And yeah, if you want to, you know, show your kind of take on anything or anything as part of the collaboration, then the hashtag is hashtag Journal Jigsaw. So yep, don't forget to use that if you're doing anything similar. And thank you so much for watching. So I will see you guys in the next video. I'd really love it if you could give this video a thumbs up, and see you guys soon. Thanks then. Bye.